Hello guys, welcome to the game of Like Fellowship of Loux published by Commodores. I'm Zephyrs from the Asia server. This video will be about my Net 4 tier list for the arena, only for the minor arena specifically. Since we have the minor arena, that was my team arena. So this is our minor arena, and we can only use the Net 4 and below to participate in a minor arena. So a lot of players has been asking me about the Net 4 tier list, so today I'm going to make it. For the Net 4 tier list, I'm not going to do it like my Net 5 tier list, which I'm categorizing them into like tier S, tier A, tier B, tier C, and so on. For the Net 4, I will just talk about the top 15 Net 4 that will be used in the minor arena. I will classify them into 3 tiers: the excellent tier, the useful tier, and the pass tier. Excellent tier means that they are extraordinarily powerful, or in other words, they are actually having skill kits that are quite overpowered. For the useful tier, those heroes are part of the selection that players would consider when making their minor arena team. And for the pass tier means that when you summon those Net 4, you will immediately say pass, pass, and pass, and pass. Ignore this. That's what I would say. So now let me begin with the number 15. Number 15, Dehar. The top 15, Dehar. So actually Dehar is at the top 15, and surprisingly she is in the top 15 list just because of her leader skill. She gave 35% HP boost to all allies in the backline in the PvP. Her active skill is just okay, I would just say so-so, and her first auto is actually great. She will change 2 enemies into squirrel. Her second auto is just fine, I would say just fine. She's not doing anything much. So overall, her power is on her first auto and the leader skill. But as you guys know, there are some reasons why the mage are not getting much love in the arena. I think you guys know why. Later you guys will know why. Top 14, number 14 would be Aurelia. And the reason why Aurelia is in the top 15 list is also just because of her leader skill. Her leader skill said everything. HP boost. Her active skill is good, just that she will either hit the front line or the back lines. She will either petrify the front lines or the back lines. Her first auto is great because she removed all the beneficial effects. She removed 2 beneficial effects and decreased the attack speed to all enemies. However, there is a constraint that you guys need to know when you guys are using Aurelia. You must not give Aurelia anything about speed. Don't boost her attack speed. Otherwise, she will use her first auto too fast, especially before the Floria buff up, because your goal is actually to remove Floria's first auto. Her second auto decreases the acquired energy and blocks beneficial effects to 3 enemies. This is actually a very good skill combination. The problem is whether she can survive to use her second auto is another story. Her passive is great as well, just that The problem with the mage are their survival, just because of one certain hero. Yeah, one certain special hero. Number 13, Muku. I guess you guys would be surprised to see Muku is on the list of the top 15. So let me explain why. Firstly, he has a very unique leader skill. Inability effect resistance of the allies in backline by 30%. If you couple it with a warrior rune at the backlines, it is just like almost your backline won't be getting affected by the inability effect. Just like a tanker. Tanker is able to shoot up until 85% due to the awakening and the warrior rune set. Active skill, remove harmful effect and recovers HP and increase in magic power and magic defense. Just fine, not that great, but just fine. This is actually one of the key skill, or I would say one of the great skill of Muku, the blind effect, because he will randomly blind 3 enemies for 4 seconds, which means that you can actually increase the survival rate of your team, especially when your enemy miss. This skill is just too random, so it's not the key why he is it's not the key on why he is on the top 15. Silence the target, too random as well. Increase the magic defense. So the selling point on why he is able to make it to number 13 is because of his leader skill and the first auto. And of course, because he's a supporter, so it's not easy to be killed by a certain hero. Number 12, Carmen. Carmen's leader skill increased the HP of water heroes in the backline by 30%. Active healing skill, 20% of the magic power, heal all allies. First auto, increase physical and magical defense for all allies. Second auto, increase attack speed and energy amount for all allies. He will gain 30 energy with 30% chance with a basic attack. And HP increasing passive. The reason why she is in the top 15 list and she is on number 12 is just because of her useful buff, her healing, her great healing ability, and her leader skill. And of course, because of her HP increasing passive, she can be one of the hero that could actually not to stop the attack, what I mean is to actually tank the attack from a certain hero that could blink here and blink there. I think you guys know who am I talking about, right? Number 11, Gore. Leader skill, critical rate of all of heroes by 70%, not really that good. Not really good for the leader skill. Active skill, deals damage to all enemies and decrease the attack speed and push the targets back. So his active skill is actually a very good interruption skill. His first auto stuns the target if you attack with a critical hit, and the 2 boomerangs is hitting up to 5 targets each and with 2 hits. So this is a multiple hit first auto skill, but you can only stun the target if you attack with a critical hit. This means that you have to sacrifice 1 slot for critical rate. 1 slot of your room for critical rate to ensure that he hits with critical. So it's not that easy to build Gore. Inflicts damage to all enemies, makes them bleed with a critical hit. Decrease physical defense and increase his defense penetration. So overall, why he is in the top 15 and number 11 is just because of his interruption skill. His stunning ability and interruption skill is actually good. But since he is an earth type, so he is actually vulnerable to the attack from a certain hero that could just blink here, blink there and killing everyone. Number 10. Gaia. Leader skill, physical defense, not that good. The active skill. Physical shield, 500% of her attack power. So this is actually a good skill to shield your allies from the physical attack. From a strong physical attack, especially from the hero that could just blink here and blink there. Yeah, I think you guys know who is that hero. The flower hero, flower sword hero. First auto, sound wave to 2 enemies and decrease their attack power. Not that decent for the first auto. Second auto, 200% physical damage and makes the nearby enemy fly in the air for 1 second. So this is a good interruption skill, the first auto. But if I'm not mistaken, the first auto is actually flying everyone up. Yeah, I could be wrong. So passive and so second passive as well. So her selling point or her main useful point is on her active skill and the first auto. Number 9. Grief. Grief leader skill, immune to location moving effects in PvP. Last time is good, but currently I don't think this leader skill is good anymore. Just that it's not useful anymore, the leader skill. Active skill, 200% physical damage and restrain the targets. So. First auto. All enemies, hits all enemies, inflicts 50% physical damage and 6% of his max HP as bonus damage and throws the target in the air. So the first auto from the tanker is actually a very good interruption skill. And this is his main selling point. His main point on why people would select him. Slash rock. Push enemies nearby to the back and inflicts damage, 230% physical damage and 50% of his physical defense as bonus. This is also a very good interruption skill, especially to the enemies at the front. HP recovery of all allies when his HP falls below 50% and increase his own HP by 20%. Number 8. Fira. Her leader skill, increase HP 12% for each fire hero in the backline. Just so. Firewall, active skill, protects all allies and recovers a HP. This shield absorbs all damage, so this is a very good shielding skill. First auto. Recovers HP of all allies by 220% of the magic power. This recovery skill is actually good because after your allies are getting hit from the first auto from your enemies, then she can straight away recover the HP of all allies. It's like just a good timing to recover the HP. Second auto, fire chain to 3 enemies and silence the target. Very good interruption ability as well. Not directly interruption, it's just that she will prevent the enemies from using the skill. First passive, so-so. Second passive, increase her magic power. This passive is actually good because this will increase her healing ability as well. Number 7. Vern. Leader skill, increase accuracy for the allies in the back line by 25%. Not really so relevant for the arena. Active skill, 280% damage to all enemies and transfer 130% of each damage to the ally with the lowest HP. This active is actually very good because in a minor arena we often see that there should be one of your allies are getting targeted, and definitely his HP or HP is the lowest, and of course that hero is like in a serious need of full recovery. So this active is just perfectly suited for that situation. First auto, grants vampire effect on all allies, 10% vampire effect, remove 2 harmful effects, and recovers 4% of the HP for each removed harmful effect. This first auto is actually good to remove the harmful effect just right after your allies are getting debuffed. This would also mean that you have to try your best not to give him as much attack speed, because we don't want him to be faster than other hero. Yeah, we just don't want him to be faster than other hero first auto. We just want his first auto to launch a little bit late so that he can just perfectly remove the harmful effect. The second auto deals damage to 3 enemies, remove beneficial effects and blocks them from receiving beneficial effects for 10 seconds. Wow, 10 seconds. Recovers his HP by 20% of his max HP for 5 seconds when his HP falls below 30%. Increase his max HP by 20%. Overall, Vern is good to tank the attack from someone who can blink and to actually protect his allies. Number 6. Banashia. Banashia's leader skill, not relevant for arena. Active skill, increase attack power and critical rate to all allies. First auto, inflicts magic damage to all enemies and decrease attack power and critical rate for 10 seconds. Her first auto is actually good to lower down the attacks of your enemies so that they won't keep killing or keep shooting your allies. Indirectly, this debuff is actually protecting your allies. Inflict damage to all enemies, decrease physical defense and magic defense. This second auto is actually helping your allies or helping your hero. Yeah, the one hero that could blink here and blink there to kill your enemy easier. Instantly recover HP of all allies by 200% of magic power. when inflicted with damage that exceeds 10% of the max HP. So when the Bling Bling hero is just targeting her, indirectly she is actually healing the allies, and this also increases her survival rate. Increase her inability effect resistance by 35%, and with the warrior rune she's like having 85% inability effect, so it's not easy to stop her or to stun her. Number 5. Misty. Leader skill, increase harmful effect resistance rate by 9%, not really that good for the choice. Active skill, hugs the allies with soft wave to recover HP 3 times by 600% of the magic power. Single target, something like single target healing skill. Powerful single target healing skill, but not a very good overall healing skill. First auto, remove all harmful effects on all allies, and recovers 4% HP for each removed harmful effect. Second auto, remove all beneficial effects on all enemies, and inflicts 250% damage. So overall she is like a debuff clearer on your allies and buff clearer or buff removal for the enemies. Water drop, shield to protect herself, and increase her HP by 20%. Overall Misty doesn't seem to be great, other than just removing the harmful effects and the beneficial effects from your enemies. But because she is a water type and her magic power is usually higher and her survival ability is just too good, so she is like a tanker from a ref. A ref will just keep targeting her, and it is very hard to kill her using a ref. Number 4. Ardo. Ardo. Leader skill not relevant for PvP. Active skill, recovers HP of all allies by 20% of Ardo's HP. So this is a huge recovery active. First auto, shields the ally with the lowest HP absorb the damage by 20% of Ardo's HP. So this is actually a very powerful shield as well, and he will shield the ally with the lowest HP. This is just like a perfect shield to the ally that is going to be killed by the hero that is just blinking around. Second auto, recovers HP of all allies by 12% of Ardo's HP continuously and remove one harmful effect. So a very good recovery skill, regeneration skill. Ardo will be revived with 50% of max HP when he is defeated, so he is not that easy to be killed completely. He will just come back to life after he is being killed once. Increase his HP by 10%. Overall, for all the net 4, Ardo is considered as the best healer. Top 3. Number 3. Bliff. Leader skill, increase the received recovery amount for the Earth allies only. Not really that good. Active skill, grants immunity against all damage for 5 seconds to the ally with lowest HP and decreases skill cooldown time by 3 times. This active is a very good skill because he will just protect the ally with the lowest HP. It's like in a critical situation, he is able to protect that ally, and moreover he decreases skill cooldown time by 3 times. First auto, 3 enemies and stuns the target for 2 seconds. Attack 3 enemies and stun them for 2 seconds. So this is a very good interruption skill. Recovers HP of 3 allies with lowest HP by 20% of Blitz max HP. A very good recovery skill as well. So Bleed is just like, he can do a lot of things. He can tank, he can protect, he can stun, and he can heal. Bleed acquired power to use the light from Divana. Wow, from Divana, no wonder his healing is that good. Recovers HP of the ally instantly by 5% of Bleed's max HP with 25% chance whenever Bleed attacks with a basic attack. So RNG healing. RNG healing. Second passive. Increase received recovery amount by 30%, so protecting himself. Overall, Bleed can do a lot of things, and among all the tankers of Net 4, I will consider Bleed is the best tanker for Net 4. So he is Velrook's mace, so somehow he is related to Velrook, and somehow he is also related to Divana. Number 2. Akuro. A bird with no leg. Leader skill. Evasion rate of all allies in the backline increased by 80% in the PvP. So this is a very good leader skill because it increases the evasion, which is what we need. We try to push our evasion to as high as possible. Active skill. Attacks with Crystal Pillar to inflict 290% physical damage to all enemies, push all the targets back and puts them under slowdown effect for 7 seconds with 75% chance. Wow! From reading the 4 lines of skill, we can see that this skill is very good. Deals damage, push and slowdown. Interruption. First auto. 240% damage to 3 enemies and stuns them for 2 seconds. Very good first interruption skill. Second auto. Deals damage to 3 enemies and silence them with a 50% chance. A very good interruption skill. Sorry, what I mean is like indirect interruption skill. If you are lucky. Indirect interruption is like preventing the enemies from using the skills for 5 seconds. Decrease target attack speed with 15% chance whenever you attack the enemy, targeting the tanker mostly. Increase his attack power by 15%. So if you have transcended Akuro and give him very good runes, you can actually build him to survive and deal damage at the same time. Top 1, number 1. Well, I guess you guys already know or expect that this guy is going to be the top of the Net 4 because of his blinking ability. His leader skill increased by 10%, HP increased by 10% for each ally in frontline in PvP. This leader skill is not the best but usable. Active skill, wow, 380%, ignores attribute relation, and remove all beneficial effects, and increases attack power. It's like a very deadly skill. Very powerful shotting skill, I would say. First auto, 320% physical damage to enemy with highest attack power and the nearby enemies, and blinds them with 50% chance. Second auto, 330% physical damage to enemy with highest magic power and enemies nearby, up to 3 enemies and silence target for 5 seconds with 50% chance. So blind and silence. Arrest first auto and second auto, and his active skill. Why he is in the champion of the net 4 is just because whenever he uses his active skill, he is actually blinking to the target. Whenever he uses his auto skill, his first auto skill, he is actually blinking to the target as well. When he uses his second auto skill, he is actually blinking to the target as well. So whenever he is blinking, he is actually invincible. He is immune, invincible to everything. You can't interrupt him, you can't stop him until he finishes casting his skill. So if you press his skill, or I would say if you activate his skill, when he uses all the 3 skills, so what you can do is just watch and wait until he finishes casting all his skill. Or shield up your hero. Heal up your hero and shield up your hero. Passive skill. And this effect. This and this effect, even though it's 15% chance, but sometimes if you got antis by Iref, this is also the reason why you would lose the battle. Increases attack power by 15%, so increases ability to shot the hero. So we always know Iref is the most important hero in the minor arena. So the hero that you are going to select as your team should be the hero that could actually stop this guy. Stop this guy from shooting your enemies, stop this guy from shooting your allies, or stun this guy. Stop him. Don't let him cool down his skill. Interrupt him, stun him, turn him into a squirrel, or do anything that could just stop him, delay him, so that he won't use his active or the auto that fast again. In the minor arena, he is just like using his first auto, second auto to one shot, or double shot, or triple shot everyone at the back. At the end of this video, I will put up a summary page on the 3 tiers: the excellent tier, the useful tier, and the pass tier. So thank you guys for watching my tier list for the net 4, and this is my personal opinion after I have been playing in the minor arena for some time.